Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new piercing horror story video. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today I'm back to read out some of your own personal horror stories or spooky stories, anything to do with gore. I love it. So if you have left any piercing horror stories in my last video, please, you're more than welcome to repost your stories in this one if I do not read yours out. Keep trying, girls, because eventually you'll get into the video. Also, a tiny little thing just before I do get into it. Just a little reminder that I am doing Twitch now. I'm doing Twitch twice a week, sometimes 3 times, depending on what's going on in my life, but I'm going to be twitching now some games and things. It's been so much fun. I've done 3 streams already, so there's a link down below. Go follow me on Twitch. It's /Roly West, and we can have some fun, girls. But anyway, let's not beat around the bush and get straight onto your horror stories. That was a very extravagant entrance. Here's a horror story that might help people understand the dentistry portion. I had my cheeks pierced at 2 different points between 15 and 20. I kept the original bars in, 1 because I wasn't informed, and 2 didn't know you were supposed to change the bars after they healed enough, which is weird that your piercer didn't tell you that you had to change your bars. I kept occasionally chewing on the bars, and eventually it caused one of my molars to break and start rotting. Your tooth is rotting. I ended up having to pay over $1,000 to get that one tooth fixed. Please be careful with certain piercings because, like Roly said, the cost of dentistry is astronomically higher than getting a piercing. Honestly, guys, I'm so glad that someone said this. I mean, obviously, I'm not glad that it happened to you. I'm very sorry. That's horrendous. But I'm so glad that you said this. It's so true. Like, even I know we get some things on the NHS here in England, but even getting not tooth stuff is once you're above the age of 18 is so expensive. And then taking into consideration other countries where they don't even have any sort of like healthcare, and this person had to pay $1,000 just to get their tooth fixed after they're chewing on their bar. So if a piercing is damaging your teeth, take it out. I can't believe though that it was causing your tooth to rot. Come on, girls, it's time to rot. Horror story, not even mine, lol. So when I went to get my nipples pierced, the piercer told me about this lady that had her nipples done by him a few years back and recently had gotten a breast reduction surgery and came back to tell him that they put the nipple on Put her nipple on sideways, and now the piercing goes up and down, not side to side? So I've heard a lot of stories doing these after the couple years I've been doing them. Never in my life did I ever think I would hear a story about a woman who had her breast reduction surgery. And obviously when they do that, they take off your nipples to reposition them after they've reduced the size. Because if they didn't, then they'd be in like funny positions. But they put your nipple on like the wrong way and put it from top to bottom instead of side to side. Oh my God, like what? I almost don't want to believe this story, but like, surely you would have been told to take them out. Surely you would have been told to take them out. I feel like this isn't a real story. I feel like it's not a real story. I don't know if I can believe that this is real. Surely the doctors would have told you to take them out. That has to have been a lie. I cannot believe that this is true. And if it is true, I have no words. Here's a horror story. I went to school, a British school, and we're not allowed to have any piercings other than a low piercing. But with the coronavirus, I'm having to wear face masks, and it wasn't an issue up until now to keep my relatively new septum piercing in. I've only had it for 3 months, until one day it was lunch, and I needed to adjust my septum piercing, so I pulled down my mask a little to adjust it, not knowing that there was a teacher nearby that forced me to take it out no matter how much I refused. As soon as she left, my friend told me to put it straight back in, but I didn't listen and waited until I got home. Why didn't you just put it back in then? What are you doing? As soon as I got home, I realized it had closed up and I had to re-pierce it with a normal earring. Oh my God. And I then tried to get my septum ring back in, but it just wouldn't go in. I couldn't get to go to a piercing shop either because we were closed and I was getting worried because it was getting infected. I had to keep that normal earring in until I could buy a taper to put the piercing back in, which took really long time. It healed fine though now, thankfully. You are so lucky that that healed. Oh my God. I mean, if you're going to take advantage of the situation at the moment, I mean, the best time to get something on your face if you've got to wear a mask the whole time. Get your lips pierced, anything. Not that many piercing studios are now open anymore. I think all of them are closed now. And I'm surprised after having it for that long that you didn't just like flip it up. I understand sometimes rules when it comes to piercings in schools and stuff, but like it's just one piercing. I can understand like not wanting like kids in school to have like everything pierced, but if you just got like a septum piercing, I'm like, what's the big deal? I think I'm slightly biased though because in my school you were literally allowed to pierce yourself as much as you want. Like there were literally no rules. Like kids had loads of piercings everywhere. So I think my view on it is a little bit biased. The first first time I got my lobes pierced, I was around 5 years old. I had them pierced at Walmart. Yeah, I know, awful idea. Surprisingly, they did not get infected because my mum was always looking after them. Around the same time, my baby brother was born. Fast forward 2 years, my brother is now 2 and I was just turning 7. I was playing around with my brother and my left ear stud got caught on his shirt. Oh my God. He went to run to my mother and ended up pulling my earring nearly all the way through my ear. My mother took care of it and we decided that the smart thing to do was to let both ears heal. Yes. Then we would go and get them re-pierced. Sure, they healed and they got re-pierced, but now in my left ear, I have a half-healed hole near the bottom of my ear that won't go away. Oh my God. Now, of course, you were quite lucky that when you first got yours pierced, that your mum did actually take care of it. This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand is like when they pierce babies' ears and things that are people who are like really, really young. You were 5, so you're a little bit older, but like when they pierce babies, it's like you have to look after the piercing yourself. Like you cannot give the child of someone who's so young the responsibility of cleaning a piercing. So the fact that your mum did that was good. I've heard lots of stories of people where their parents didn't actually look after it afterwards and it's had horrible infections. Don't pierce your baby's ears, girls. Your little brother. That is the thing. You don't even have to like worry about yourself looking after it. It's like other people around you. Like, will they be careful around you or are they gonna like do it themselves? And unfortunately for you, your little brother was too young to really understand what was going on. And rippy whippy. And now you've got like permanent damage in your ear. Like, ouchie, ouchie, girls. Horror story. First of all, I love you and your videos. You're amazing. Thank you, love. So I got my chest dermal done and it was great for about a month and a half. Then I started to notice it was rejecting a little. So before I could even make an appointment to get it removed, I was showering with a loofah. Oh God, and you want to rip it out. Loofahs and piercings do not mix, girls. So I was showering with a loofah and I just swiped down my chest and my dermal literally just fell out. Girl, it didn't hurt, but I was shocked that it just jumped out of my chest. Had a hole there for a while, but the scar healed nicely. You're lucky that it healed nicely. I love that you just did it. It was like, bye, girls. I'ma head out. Yeah, if I can give advice to anyone, if you're going to get any sort of like piercing, like around the chest area, nipples, or any sort of like area where you would wash your body with a loofah, keep it the hell away. Because if that gets caught on anything, it hurts so much. When I had my surface tragus, it healed perfectly. However, my ex was a massive alcoholic and knocked it one night while very drunk, causing it to bleed everywhere in a pub. Oh my God, you were in public. Oh, it's nothing more embarrassing when one of your piercings is like damaged or hurts or weeps or anything when you're in public, because it's like, it makes it feel like you haven't looked after it. You're like, no, it's not me. Oh my God. Within a fortnight, I was able to pull the bar straight through the skin. I now have a slit scar on my face. Oh my God. It just goes back to what I said about that kid. Like, it's so far. It's like you can have piercings and look after yourself, but it's other people that you've got to look out for. I remember telling a story a while ago about when I had my nape piercing done and the amount of people that would like not put me in a headlock, but like put their arms around my neck or something as like an endearing thing, whatever. And then it would like pull it. It'd be so painful. Like you just have to like think about other people as well. It's like, don't damage my piercing when I've looked after it so long. Don't you make it reject. I have to say that I'm glad this X is an X. So basically, I got my ears pierced at the chemist. Chemist? So I basically got my ears pierced at the chemist, and at my school, my bully ripped it out. Oh my God, and I was rushed to the hospital, and they stitched it back together, but now I can't have piercings in that ear anymore. Oh my God. This video is literally just about other people causing your piercings, like, damage. Like, can people go away? Literally disgusting. I'm very sorry that happened to you, and I hope they got, like, in trouble at least somewhat for doing that to you, but I feel very sorry for you that happened, but oh my gosh. I'm still confused. You got it done at the chemist. Like, chemists do piercings? I had no idea that chemists did piercings. Piercing horror story, Gail. It wasn't me, but one of the popular girls, lol. When I was in middle school, there was a girl who got her second lobes done, but they got really infected. So for some reason, she decided to put 2 earrings in her first lobe piercing. Like, it looked like there were 2 piercings, but it was just 2 earrings in one hole. It was disgusting. What? How did she fit 2 earrings in? I don't understand. Like, did she like suddenly just like stretch it bigger to fit 2 piercings in there? What? What? This one's been very confusing. There's been lots of things in this video where I'm like, what's going on, Gales? How did she put 2 earrings in? It would look like cluttered, and how would it stay in there? Like, what? Like, I want to know what kind of bar it was to do it. One time, my cousin decided to get her belly button piercing, so she went to her parents and begged for months. And one day, her dad went to Amazon and bought a piercing gun for like $2 or something and did it himself. Mind, it was her belly button, and when he did it, she started gushing blood and screaming bloody murder. And then he put a plastic earring in, so it got really bad infection. What? This has been a lot. This has been a lot, girl. So her dad decided to pierce it himself because that's like a good idea. So when you don't want someone to do something, you're like, fine, I'll do it myself. What? And a gun on your belly button and a plastic jute. What? No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Trot along, bitch. Where's my fan? I don't have a fan with me. Trot along, bitch. What's happening? No, 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 no. I don't understand how anyone would think that was a good idea. Like, that was not just a choice. That was a choice. I pierced my second piercing on both sides with a sewing needle a few years ago. Triggered. It took so long, 2 days for them both to go through. What? Because I pushed it in so slowly, once it was through, I went to sleep with a needle in my ear and then woke up and pulled on the needle for a while to stretch it enough to fit the earring in. Oh my God, one side. So you went to sleep with sewing needles in your ear. But I don't like how did it like stab you? Like, what did you do? Because it's not like a safety pin where you could maybe clip the other side. But like, you slept with a needle in your ear. Like, how did it not like stab your neck? One side I still have and it healed fine, but the other side went so infected it had a hole in my ear, a bit smaller than your stretched ears. Oh my God. And it still gets weird sometimes and weeps. Oh, see, don't, guys, this is why you should never pierce yourself at home. Get infections. No go, no go. I'm still kind of really confused at your story. Like, how did you manage to do it that slowly that it took you 2 days to push the needle through? I'm really confused. I'm really confused. Piercing horror story. This happened to me 3 months ago when I got my first piercing, the nostril. Oh my God, you had a horror story and it was your first piercing. After about 2 weeks of having it done, that night I fell asleep carefully. When I got up, I felt something was pinching my back. When I got up, I saw it was what it was. It was my piercing that had been removed by itself. I tried to put it back in, but it did not want to go in and the blood came out so much I almost passed out 3 times since there was a lot of blood in my mouth and neck. After trying, I could enter it. Luckily, I have not got an infection. Why was there so much blood going down your mouth and your neck? Like, how much was your nose bleeding? Jesus Christ. Also, like, it is very common, like, for piercings to sometimes come out in your sleep. Like, they don't ever really come out on their own. Like, I can do this, like, and like nothing will happen. But unfortunately, sometimes if you do sleep and, you know, you might knock it in your sleep or you push or whatever, it is very easy for them to come out, especially if you've got a nose piercing when you're just using, like, the hook one, like an L-shaped bar. They can come out quite easily if you like sort of lean on your pillow wrong and pull it down. But I'm well and truly aboard the trigger train. Choo-choo, speeding down where we're about to crash off a cliff and plunge to my death. Babish, this is a lot, girl. Again, this has just been confusing and weird. You know, I keep repeating myself over and over again. I keep thinking I've heard it all. I keep thinking I've done it all. And then I hear things like my dad decided to pierce a belly button with a plastic piercing gun that he got off Amazon. Like, what? I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe, all my links down below. Again, make sure you come follow me on Twitch. We're gonna have some fun girls. I'll be doing another stream on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, it's just been a lot. I do want to give a lovely shout out though to all of my Patreons whose names you can see on the screen here. Thank you for being a Patreon. You guys have been incredible. And thank you for joining the Patreon family. Although I do want to give an extra special shout out to my top tier Patreons: Alicia Marie, Ashley Page Wynn, Angela Justice, Becky Hadderman, Brenna, Cassie Hill, Cat0808, Chill Herman, Christopher John, Robbie, Corin Pemberton, Demetrius Settle, Heather Marie, Jay Elia, James Burgess, Joynier Price, Julie Seymour, Kat L, Kelly Bowser, Kelly P, Chloe Louise, Laura Perlijek, Magoose Lagoose, Moragani Wolf, Nandra, Robin Stountensberg, Samuel Patterson, and Sirs Mac. Thank you for being my top tier Patrons. And if you would like to be a Patreon, there's a link down below too, girls. But as always, guys, yes, thank you for watching. If you're still watching the video now, comment down below. Oh my God, spaghetti! Because I said so. And anyway, guys, as you're very soon for another fabulous video, we've had amazing, we gave everything you want to be, and don't let the bitch to tell you that you can't be you. Why is that? Because you are flawless.